Hi, everyone. I didn't plan this. I didn't plan to do this clearing, but I'm really feeling inspired, pushed, driven. I'm not sure quite what the word is to talk about the shock and the grief that is really in the collective. Um, Yesterday, we heard the news about a very gifted dancer, Twitch, who had taken his own life. And the shock that comes from that, because so many of us really admired his immense gifts and talents, and some of the things that have been coming through, in feeds and on, in group meetings that I've been in, is how we just don't know what another person is experiencing. And it's true, we generally do not. And even and sometimes we don't even recognize what it is that we are feeling. The subject of suicide is a very challenging one. There's been a lot of energy around it, a lot of fear about even talking about it, the shame, the guilt, the admitting when we're so, feeling so helpless and so hopeless, and whatever that is, has been huge. And it's time that we start having more open conversations and the ability to talk about our emotions and our feelings, because right now, all of this stuff, all of these emotions are coming up. And it's not just this one experience, but it's what's happening globally. It's what is happening on the planet. And as we are changing and emerging as more awakened beings, all of this emotional stuff is coming up from the depths of our being in order to be healed. And sometimes that can feel incredibly overwhelming. It can feel like, we don't have the ability to cope. We don't know what to do with these huge feelings. We feel like there's no way out. And I'm going to share something very personal with you that I rarely share publicly, but I've been to that place. I was in my early 20s and was in just such a dark place. I didn't know how to resolve what was happening inside of me. And what was interesting was, when you're in that terribly, terribly dark place, it's almost like it feels like it is the next most logical thing. And it's not. There's nothing logical about it. But that depth of hopelessness and despair and helplessness to make a situation different than what it is overwhelming. And so it seems like the next, quote, best, and it's not best, but the next logical thing is to just leave. It's to take yourself out of the game. Fortunately, I survived my particular suicide attempt, and it's taken years to understand what the depth of those emotions really are and what the root of it was. So I'm going to encourage any of you who are really struggling with some of these emotions to find some help. I find a really good therapist if possible. And I know that right now it's very challenging to find a good therapist because they're also overwhelmed with incoming people who are feeling so challenged right now. I work with many people who are feeling depressed, and there's some great professionals out there that can help. I feel very passionately about this, and it's the work that I do in the world. I help people release trauma. I help people release the pain of the past and of the present. So what I'd like to do today is to do a little bit of my work through quantum soul clearing to help maybe release some of the pain that's happening, the grief, the uncertainty, the fear, the helplessness and hopelessness that comes from losing people. And I know of 6 people so far in the last couple of weeks that have lost loved ones to suicide. So what I'd like to do then is just, if you would like to participate in this, and let's begin to heal and clear the grief and the emotional pain of that loss and the shock that happens. And then the subsequent, oh my gosh, what could I have done different? If you know the person personally, what could I have done differently to make a difference? So what I'd like you to do is to drop down inside of your body, just and close your eyes, connect in with deep, deep, deep within your belly. You can connect in also into your heart area. And just take a deep, centering, calming breath. Let it out. Take another deep, deep, deep one in, and release it. And I have created a space to work here prior to getting on here. So I'm just going to say prep to work, which is kind of this shorthand for all of us to be in specialized containment, protection, and clearing fields. So let's seek, find, gather, and bind all of the pain, all of the shock, all of the grief that is arising over the loss of loved ones who have either taken their lives or who have passed recently, for whatever reason. There we go. The fear that it creates in us, the uncertainty, the trauma of losing a loved one, the fear that maybe it could happen to us or to someone else that we know, somebody within our family, a loved one, a friend. There we go. Let's just seek, find, gather, and bind all of that uncertainty, the anxiety that it brings up, and all of the distorted thinking, all of the distorted emotions that are being hijacked. Wow. By all of the ways even that entities, dark force entities, have taken over the inner narrative. Let's just clear those out. And that's a whole different subject. But we're deleting, clearing, transforming, flash burning, purifying all of those dark force energies out of our fields, out of our bodies, our energy bodies, every piece, part, and particle of who we are. There we go, sending them back to where they came from, or into purity, origin, light. And how that's also affected each of us, because we all end up with attachments at some point. There we go. And again, we can release them. It's not a permanent thing. It doesn't make you bad. It doesn't mean anything except for that they're there. So let's just delete all of that dark force energy out of our fields, out of every particle of where we're at. There we go. And then there is a very specific frequency or frequencies that come to, or that are associated with suicide. And it's that frequency of desperation and despair, of helplessness and hopelessness, the energy of there's no way out. There are no other options. And let's just find all of that energy, seek, find, gather, and bind it all, pulling it up and out of your systems. Allow it to come out of the cellular structures. It's no longer needed by you, by anyone. Let's just send it all into purity, origin, light for instant transformation. There we go. These are some pretty heavy energies. There we go. Deleting, removing, resolving, dissolving, flash burning them out of our fields, our bodies and energy bodies, our souls, our entire beings, all of our systems, our egos and their systems, our mitochondria, all of their generations and all of their systems, throughout all of our generations and their systems. Ooh, that's got some energy to it. Throughout our proteins, environments, associations, and entanglements, throughout our personal and the collective consciousness, subconsciousness, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, throughout our personal, planetary, and universal core operating systems, and all of the ways that technologies have infiltrated and are informing, misinforming us. All the bacteria, fungus, virus, proteins, parasites, contaminants, contagions, and pathogens, protozoas, prions, everything like that. Clearing this throughout our DNA, RNAs, chromosomes, genes, trailers, all of the genetics, all of the extraneous DNA. Some people call it junk DNA. There's nothing junky about it. There's a reason for it. Again, another subject altogether. There you go. And like Jemana, you may be yawning and burping like crazy, just clearing this energy out. I can feel every cell in my body tingling and releasing this energy. Also feeling an interesting pressure in my head. You may also be feeling that. Let's just clear that out. Another deep breath in, centering, stay in your body. Don't go to your head, just stay in your body and allow whatever is emerging, whatever's coming up, to simply be released. You don't need any of these energies anymore. And again, it's not about a definition. It doesn't have to define you. If you're feeling something, it's just an emotion. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just an isness. And it doesn't have to own you, rule you, define you in any way. There we go. There we go. There's that shift I'm looking for. So let's clear, transform, flash burn, purify, and sterilize all of these frequencies back to and through each of its sources. Purify and flash burn the sources so they never existed to begin with. And let's apply the highest, most comprehensive forgiveness statements, forgiving ourselves and all others forgiving us, forgiving God source forgiving us, forgiving our highest selves, and our highest selves forgiving us too, so that we're absolutely, ultimately, infinitely, quantumly loved and forgiven, so that we can go in peace, love, joy, harmony, health, wealth, and abundance. Take another deep breath in. And allow that frequency of forgiveness to release all the old stuck energies. There you go. Good. Let's final clear it all now. And then, so now we need to download some antidote frequencies. And this is probably my favorite part of doing my clearing work. So let's download acceptance and self-acceptance. Let's download love, harmony, peace, appreciation and self-appreciation, blessings and bliss. Let's download cheerfulness. When I say download, this is like a receiving of these frequencies. And you can choose to receive any or all of these. You can also choose your own if what I'm saying does not work for you. Let's download and receive comfort, confidence, and self-confidence. Being the contribution, receiving the contribution of love and joy and appreciation. Let's download creativity, the essence of delight, of joy and desire, of ease, flow, and grace. Let's download the frequencies of encouragement and endorsement. And the essence and the frequency of endurance, not enduring something awful that should not be endured, but the endurance and the resiliency, that's the word, is resiliency, that comes with being able to overcome something. Let's download being enhanced, enough and more than enough. Let's download compassion and understanding, esteem and self-esteem, more forgiveness. Let's bring in the essence and download freedom and sovereignty, integrity, honesty, generosity, that friendliness and gentleness, grace, guidance and divine guidance, helpfulness, hope. Let's download involvement, that connectedness that is in community, where we can feel like we can reach out to one another, even when things feel heavy. Bringing in more laughter, life, love, kindness, and kind-heartedness, and the liberation that comes from knowing who you are, what your unique gifts are here, and what you're here to share with the world. Let's download your zone of genius, activating it within you. Let's download magic and miracles, optimism, order, patience, peace, and a new perspective. How can we look at things differently? What are all the ways that we can look at everything differently to give us a different perspective so that we have more resiliency? What are all of the possibilities and potentials that will bring us pleasure, productivity, proficiency? And those of you that need, those of all of us who need a prosperity blessing, let's download more of that. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, wow, that really was needed as well. Reassurance, regeneration, refreshment. There we go. And just relief, the essence of relief, of richness, safety and security. Let's download soul salve, a quantum cosmic salve that is here to soothe your soul, to soothe your heart, to soothe your body. Let's bring in supportiveness and strength, tranquility, transcendence, trust. Let's bring in triumph, feeling and being uplifted, valued and validated, and the essence of vitality, that vitality of mind, body, and being that is here to support you, to move you forward, to move and hold that resiliency that allows you to get to the next level and to shake off all the negative frequencies. Let's bring in worthiness and wholeness and that childlike wonderment that allows you to see that new perspective and with new eyes, with fresh eyes. Let's download any other quantum source light frequencies that may not have been said, but that are needed in any and all languages. Take a breath in and just receive. There you go. And anything that you would like at this time, just speak it out loud. Just receive the speaking, the vibrational frequency of that that you wish. And let's download, infuse, implement, and integrate all of these frequencies and everything they represent, clearing and removing all of those old limiting patterns and programs, replacing with these new frequencies and everything they represent at all levels, layers, and depths of our entire being. Take another breath in, feel as it fills the cells, the molecules, the atoms and subatomic particles of your body, mind, soul, and being. With another deep breath, it fills every bone, every muscle, all the tissues, ligaments, tissues, and fascia. There we go. Flowing through your bloodstream, your central and peripheral nervous systems, all of the neural networks throughout your body and your brain. Flowing through all of the organs and glands, nourishing every piece, part, and particle of who you are, nourishing the interstitial and extracellular fluids, and filling you with the light frequencies that all of these frequencies represent, filling you so completely that they begin emanating out from you, out into the world, connecting with the other people, places, circumstances, events, and things that are here to support and serve you. There you go. And then let's activate, synchronize, harmonize, and optimize all of these frequencies and everything they represent. Let's integrate them now and anchor them in as functional skill sets and as your new operating system. Take another deep breath in and be. I want to thank you for being here with me. Share this video with others, this clearing with others. It feels like right now something has been let loose that is not really beneficial for humanity. And in doing so, we have the opportunity to take responsibility, to take back our power, and to use this type of clearing work to make a difference in our lives and in the lives of our families. If you're hurting, reach out. I am here. Reach out to me, message me, email me. Michelle, Michelle, at quantumsoulclearing.com is my email address. I am here for you. Please do not suffer in silence. Just don't. I love you dearly. Take care.